Greetings of the day to one and all uh, present in different parts of the world. It's evening in this side, and so wish you a great evening. And today is the great day that we are celebrating after deliberating week after week on addressing the urgent issues of climate change.
Mm,
So, as advocates of planet who have dedicated time every week, let us all first give a pat on our back. And yes, so now we are at the juncture of knowledge and action. We are ready to explore the different points or different aspects of climate change that we have discussed and that will help us shape our world in future. So as we commemorate this finale today, let us all unite in our commitment and be together for a sustainable future and bring about a collective plan of action for a healthier and more resilient earth. So, today in the evening, it is my duty to introduce two of our community partners who have been responsible for this happening of this event. The first one being Global Sustainable Futures Network, abbreviated as GSFN from the United Kingdom. It's a collaborative initiative that is dedicated to advancing sustainability and tackling global challenges within and across the United Kingdom and across the world as well. So, so they help bringing about businesses, governmental agencies, non-profitable organizations, and individuals to collaborate on sustainable solutions. So the primary goals of GSFN UK is to involve the championing of environmental preservation, advocating for social equity, and fostering eco-friendly economic development that is also socially inclusive. So the network frequently hosts workshops and other events such as these, one being this, which helps to bring about projects and innovation and share knowledge and encourage sustainable practices in the sectors, especially in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and green technology.
mm,
So, through facilitating such cooperative programs and exchange of knowledge, GSF in UK brings about, contributes to the promotion of sustainable practices and the attainment of environmental objectives and establishment of a more equitable and environmentally conscious society across the world. So, our next partner is called as iGen. So as soon as we hear the name iGen, probably we are thinking about Gen Z. They are similarly named, and probably they also have some of the Gen Z characteristics, which I hope to give a small outlook upon. So they are. We all know that Gen Z is also called the millennials, and their generation comprises of individuals born between the years of mid 90s and early 2010s. So the iGen is notably to be tech savvy in their upbringing, and they are also called as the digital era. And so they use social media and the internet. So apart from being the tech guys, they are also individualistic, pragmatic, socially aware, and entrepreneurial as well. So with similar characteristics, we have the Institute of Green Engineering, and this is a network-based organization um, environmentally promoting sustainability and environmentally responsible practices, and particularly in the realm of engineering. So their main objective is to unite professionals, academicians, and enthusiasts to share a deep commitment to green engineering and sustainable technology. So they also facilitate knowledge exchange and they foster networking and collaboration, just like GSFN. And they also actively engage in research and development. So the educational efforts of IGEN is about and also advocates engineering. So again, here also they also aim at bringing about an environmentally conscious, sustainable, and environmentally conscious future to all the world citizens. It is now my duty to introduce our program lead, who is the main purpose or main face behind this program, Dr. Srividya Sukumar. And even though she needs no introduction, I still take it my duty to tell what she does. She's an educationist, consultant, governance advisor, quality assurance expert, and for compliance or audits. And she's a strategic transformational coach for life and business as well. She also is a mentor for professional development. She's a R&D training specialist, author, columnist, some of them including UNESCO, UNICEF, Emirates Red Crescent, Al Maktoum Foundation, and Sharjah Social Welfare. She's a certified life member of World Human Rights Protection Commission. So, welcome one and all. So, welcome Dr. Srividya. I pass the baton to you to spearhead to talk more about COP 2030.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Sandhya. Thank you, one and all, for joining us for this session. It is always a wonderful platform where we share it, where we share our knowledge, our experiences, we share our our insights to take it forward and to be heard where it has to be heard. And there is a channel through which we have associated ourselves with our prestigious partners of GSFN, which is spearheaded by Dr. Renuka Thakur. Thank you, ma'am, who is the founder of GSFN and who has been spearheading this program through and through with all our support, with all our team. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's always a wonderful working with you. And also about IGEN, like when we have IGEN, as Madam Sandhya has briefly explained about the contributions of IGEN to the society, we always have Dr. Ramesh, who has always remained behind the scenes, who has been extending every kind of support that is required to take this program further. Moving ahead, without wasting much time, may I present before you our chief guest for the day, Dr. Kabir, CEO, who's a doctorate of marketing, who's a strategy planner, who's a business leader, who is a PhD in business analysis, who is a motivator, who is a marketing specialist, and who is representing himself today from the Royal Family Office of Abu Dhabi. And warm welcome to you, Dr. Kabir. Over to you, sir. It's always a pleasure having you with us. Thank you so much for joining us on the session. Yes, Dr. Kabir.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. I hope you all are doing very well, and it is my great pleasure to be the part of this conference, which is going virtually, mashallah, and a great step taken by Shri Vidya. The topic what I came to know is, mashallah, about COP 20. And what I believe, COP 20 stands like for Conference of the Parties. It is a series of meetings organized by United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, where countries that are parties to the convention come together to discuss and negotiate international climate policies and agreements. The COP 20 meetings are crucial in addressing global climate change issues and setting international climate policy goals. As I believe you all know, COP 28 will take place from 30th November until 12th December 2023, and pre-sessions will take place from 24 to 29 November. This will happen in Dubai, and pre-COP meetings are already happening now. and it is my pleasure to be the part of this virtual meeting conference. Any support, anything you require from my side, uh, I am there. I'm representing Office of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan Al Nahyan. I'm representing Sheikh Hamdan office as a chief operating officer. Now they promoted me to chief executive officer today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kabir. Thanks for those kind words. We
My
will
pleasure.
definitely make use of the opportunity. And as we all know, Dr. Renuka is going to be here in Dubai. We will take your time, and sometime we will come and meet you. And Madam has got projects to work on with, and definitely it's a kind gesture, and it's definitely a greatest honor and privilege to have you with us on our show. Thank you, and over to Madam
It is
Renuka.
my pleasure. My pleasure.
Yes,
Thank
Madam.
you very much. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to put myself here. Hello. So thank
Yes,
you very much for your prestigious time. We are really graced by your presence here. And I believe that this time it's a unique COP28 because it is held in Dubai. There are plenty of discussions, negative and positive about Dubai, but I have been always positive because I feel that the people who are, as we are saying, fossil fuel industry, they need the highest support because you also have the highest capacity to change the trajectories of sustainable development. And we are looking forward to have your support, have your resources, have your capacity, and have your leadership to change this world for future, for better future. And I also believe that where you are posted at a global council, I think that is global council, business council. And as a part of that, I think businesses also need to be looked upon because they are going to play a biggest role now. 68% of economy comes from businesses, and we must focus on businesses. And as you have already mentioned, Global Business Council is going to be like an innovator to change what we invest and how we do the business and so on. I'm pleased to hear that. And I'm pleased to looking forward for more discussions on that, you will be taking the leadership for those things. I think this COP28 is going to be a real game-changing event. Plenty of things for, especially for just transition, loss and damage, and also how developed countries and developing countries showcase their leadership to commit and reduce the carbon emissions. Because the coming 7 years are going to be very, very crucial for us to establish the target we want to have achieved. So I will stop here. I'm very thankful for your time. And we are pleased if you can go ahead with the discussions, Dr. Srividya. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Renuka. Thank you, Dr. Kabir. We would love to have you for the full session. And
my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Hamad.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Hamad, good afternoon.
Yes, Dr. Srividya, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's always a pleasure having you here on our platform. Please go ahead, sir. Kindly share your inputs.
Thank you very much for having us today. My name is Muhammad. I'm the head of business for Hamdan Mohammed bin Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan Management Services, and joined this meeting along with our CEO, Dr. Kabir. I'm really excited to be part of such an innovative conference where we are talking about the climate change and the COP28. So, of course, we are very much in line with the vision of United Arab Emirates, and we'll be looking forward to see where we can collaborate on the projects for the bigger and the larger exposure within the region, not only covering the entire globe. So I'm very much here, and Dr. Srividya has all my details. So I'll be more than happy to get in touch with each one of you to see how we can take things forward in a bigger and a vast manner with an open vision. So thank you very much once again for having us on board.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Jai.
Dr. Hamad, thank you so much. Thanks for the biggest support. And always, we know that the highest office has been a source of inspiration, encouragement, and enthusiasm for all of us and all the people on the globe. Thank you so much. And they have always been Dubai a welcome aboard for people to come and do business, as Dr. Renuka was mentioning. Thank you so much, Dr. Hamad. Thank you, Dr. Kabir. And we will proceed with the show now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you one and all, and thanks again for joining us on this prestigious platform of COP 2030. As Dr. Kabir was mentioning, COP stands for the Conference of Parties, and it's a series of meetings definitely organized by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climatic Change, that is UNFCCC, which is a part of UNESCO, where the countries and the parties to the convention come together to discuss and negotiate internationally on climatic policies and agreements. These COP meetings are crucial in addressing the global climatic change issues and setting international climatic policy goals. Of course, they are a platform for countries to review progresses where the parties assess progress in addressing the climatic change and implementing previous agreements and commitments. And they also negotiate agreements where the negotiations often take place during these meetings, leading to the creation of the international climatic agreements and the protocols. And they make decisions, the parties make decisions on various climatic related issues, including mitigation, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, adaptation, building resilience to the climatic impacts, regarding finance or support for all the developing countries and the technology transfer, etc., 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 where the list goes endless. And they set targets for the countries may update their emission reduction targets and make pledges. They vote to combat this climatic change during these conferences. So the COP meetings occur annually and they are numbered or sequentially, as Dr. Kabir was mentioning. This is COP 28, which is going to be held for this year 2023 in Dubai, and you're all welcome to be a part of this prestigious event in this global arena of Dubai. So with all these things that we take forward and what is being happening in this COP meetings is that the COP projects work on renewable energy projects, reforestation and afforestation, adaptation initiatives, energy efficiency programs, to name a few, and climatic financial initiatives, technology transfer and capacity building, carbon offset projects, climatic education awareness, climatic research and data collection, policy and advocacy reports. All these are going to be implemented, discussed by all the governments, international organizations, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, private companies, and other stakeholders. So it's going to be a festival of all the corporate decisions which are going to be taken in this land of UAE. And we are so happy to welcome you all aboard on with us. So on this deliberation, we just evolved this notion of COP 2030 with a vision and mission of enhancing national climatic action plan, tracing out charcoal, global solidarity, where the youth engagement is given the most importance and preference, and building up resilience to fight against the financial unsustainability, to make it more sustainable for all the people around the globe, and giving sustainable solutions and limiting global warming. Moving ahead, so that's how this COP 2030 was involved. So the COP 2030, that's a platform of today, denotes a virtual assembly session of conscientious individuals who are steadfast in contributing to a social cause. So the community exemplifies the essence of one world, one concept, which advocates for the convergence of the like-minded individuals to work towards a common objective, that is taking out climatic adaptation. Thereby, we schemed out a plan which came out, which had its launch on the 1st of October. And then we came up on 8th of October, we talked about climatic adaptation. On 15th of October, we talked about financial climatic action. On 22nd October, we talked about renewable energy powering a safer future. 29th October, we talked about lively climatic net zero. On the 5th November, we talked about loss and damage, which is a moral imperative to act. And finally, last but not the least, we also talked about last week about the biodiversity. And there is a big team which has been involved in it. And I would like to introduce the team to you. Just kindly help me to share my screen so that I can present my team before you. Just a second, please. 1 second. I hope my screen is visible. So this is the team who have been working continuously, 24/7 behind this project. We have the program director, Dr. Renuka Thakur. A warm welcome to you and a big, big, big round of applause to you, ma'am. We have the program coordinator, Ms. From GSFN, Miss Ranjana Haralka, and we have the program coordinator, Mr. Nadeem Sahin. And we have Ms. Jessica, who is not present here today with us, who has extended immense support to take this program further. And also our other community partners, as Madam Sandhya Sri Balaji was mentioning, the program director from IGEN, that is the program director, which was spearheaded by Dr. Ramesh and Dr. Senthil Kumar. The program coordinators are Dr. Ishrat Meera Rizana and Dr. Kavita, and the youth ambassadors were represented by Mr. Fajan and Sri Soumya. Thank you very much, and kudos to this wonderful team ahead. So I have to stop sharing now. And that's how this wonderful team had taken it forward. And this time to celebrate the success of this event, thereby over to Madam Renuka, and then we will play the video for today. Thank you. Yes, Madam Renuka.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sandhya, Sri Vidya. It has been pleasure, with all these dignitaries present here. You have made tremendous efforts to bring this to completion, but also to start the dialogue for other projects. So I'm looking forward to have those people being inspired by you to take the ownership of this GSFN. And as I have always said, so let me, please allow me to share the vision of GSFN first, and then my concept of interdependent leadership. So I would like to share these two things at this occasion, so people who may not still be aware of what we are would get a full flavor of it. And then we will go to and especially at this occasion, I want to tell this again, because you have proved that case to me, and I feel that everyone would be benefited to understand what it is of being in GSFN. So let me share one video first of all, for our vision. So I hope you can see the screen.
Yes, yes, visible. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Despite very significant development gains, today the world has become more complex, and poorer countries have experienced
Ma'am, the screen is not being shared.
Yes, it just disconnected. So I will start again. Despite very significant development gains globally, which has raised many millions of people out of absolute poverty, there is substantial evidence that inequality between the world's richest and poorest countries is widening. Today, the world has become more complex, and poorer countries have experienced significant economic and social development. However, the inequalities within countries have also been growing, and some commentators now talk of a global north and global south, referring respectively to richer and poorer communities which are found within and between countries. There are many causes of these inequalities, including the availability of natural resources, different levels of health and education, the nature of country's economy and its industrial sectors, international trading policies and access to markets, how countries are governed and international relationships between countries, conflict within and between countries, and a country's vulnerability to natural hazards and climate change. So, most importantly, researchers are called upon to address the barriers to climate science in the global south. These culturally diverse nations of global south are united by common threats to their sustainable futures. Challenges faced in creating collaborations, partnerships across national borders, and academic disciplines. Through Global Sustainable Futures Progress Through Partnership Network, we want to play a leading role in creating an inclusive, collaborative, innovative, and engaging platform for early career researchers and like targeted stakeholders, including startups and entrepreneurs, supported by experienced senior researchers and business leaders, where everyone can share in their research, innovation, visualization, and enthusiasm in parallel to network success. Our fundamental objective is to create a strong research environment, building to a multidisciplinary and multisectoral team of endogenous professionals that would be capable of pursuing and utilizing participatory and integrative approaches in solving public and environmental sustainability problems. Therefore, our priorities are empowering and capacity building, working with researchers to empower communities and individuals, increase independence and support to those who need it, give researchers and stakeholders the legacy of sustainable practices, fair and inclusive, improve economic and social and environmental equality, pursuing development which offers fair distribution and access to good quality life and working conditions. Networking and engagement provide an innovative and global-wide platform to make global sustainable futures progress through partnership network, an effective and well-connected network, transforming traditional society systems to more sustainable systems. And above all, it is sustainability. So, co-create sustainable and resilient development pathways to secure sustainable futures for all and everyone. So, the key focus is mobilization and engagement, building a community of practice, creating a strong leadership, and producing a critical mass of good practices. 800 coordinators from 105 countries have joined me. So I also call upon you to join us and co-create sustainable futures together. So this was just in 6 months after I started GSFN. At that time, I had 800 coordinators. Today, we have 6,000 coordinators in 165 countries. Now, I will talk about only 2 minutes for the leadership model that we want to establish or say we are advocating through this GSFN. So let me share 1 or 2 slides with you. So here you can see the most below one, like the last
History is visible, Dr. Renika. You can proceed.
Yes. So the last one is like dependent indicators. And what does that mean? That in leadership, generally it is a top-down leadership. In traditional businesses or organization, it is a top-down leadership, and that is dependent leadership. So it depends on what the top-level authorities or top senior management wants, and that is how others work and contribute to the organization's deliveries. It is not bad, but it is more focused and less creative. Second, there is an independent leadership where consultants or experts work in their silos and they deliver those their expertise around the world, and they do their businesses. Again, that is not so bad, but they are just in their silos. It becomes hard for them to collaborate when they are not open for the collaboration, or they do not want to combine their expertise or share their expertise with others. Again, there are few limitations on that. But with the interdependent, the topmost, interdependent, what it means that it becomes a collective activity. And the second one I want to show is that how it helps us to create a culture of leadership, cultural leadership. That first, in we when it is interdependent leadership, someone gets proactive. So just as for here, like Srividya became proactive with her work, she approached first to me that shall we do this call? I supported it and we did it. So it is a self-leadership, proactive accountability is there. And that builds your expertise, it builds your consortium, you build everyone who is involved in it. It also becomes like a coach, like in engagement. I have learned so much from all the experts who have engaged in this program. And likewise, I believe that each one of you might have learned something. So it becomes like a coach-like engagement, because each one brings their own perspective, their own experience. I cannot imagine that how much experience and knowledge we are exposed just in this within 1 hour. If we are in silo and we try to read a book, I don't think we will gather this much knowledge in 1 hour. It is highly difficult. And so having remaining within this cultural, like leadership model, you can gain knowledge exponentially and expediting very fast. Then it becomes a team leadership, because one or other, like each other, support one another. And likewise, we have here like Kavita, Ishrat, Sandhyashri, Jessica, Ranjana, all of them helped each other. Ramesh, I think, yeah, and so all of us helped each other and made this possible. And finally, so it has become now like GSFN is called as a leader. So that is where we want to go. It is a cultural leadership. It is embedded in our genes now, GSFN's gene. And so that is where I want. I want each one to take their ownership, accountability, and own this GSFN and bring it up. So that is where we are, this model comes. And for that, I have introduced a chairship. And what this chairship does, that we have 17 goals, and so you can choose one goal. So it can be SDG from 1 to 70. Then we put your name, and then we have domains, like we have research, education, business, and community domains, which means that we can invite anyone from any sector join us. And also we have different levels, which are global, country level, regional level. It could be sectoral level. We even have one of them here, actually. He has given himself a tribal level. And I have indigenous level, I have university level, home level, I have school levels, and many people. You can take your level in which you are strong enough. And then you can put 3 specific words about your activity. And what does this have bring you? A chairship of unique chairship of these 6 elements. You would be unique in this world. And we try not to have a same 6 elements for anyone else. And that is where we want to do it. So, and at the end of the year, now, just I will stop this sharing now. And I will speak about few things coming up in our year, like year ending. So now we want for this one, we are going to, by the end of this year, we will invite everyone to fill up a self-nomination form, and it will allow you to write down any activities that you have done either through GSFN or individually, but you have to emphasize what impact it has brought to the world and what contribution you have done to your unique chairship. And that we will assess through just a face value or through the evidence that you have sent us through links and so on. And we will try to award you bronze, gold, or silver, platinum awards. And that is how we want to encourage people who take their, because you have, through this chairship, you have taken the ownership of doing that. And we want to appreciate that. So that is where we want to go. The future plans are something like we want to then match you with your counterpart, in the sense of, if a unique chairship is held by a female, then we want to have some male person doing the same type of activity, so that we can also contribute to gender equality, but also have a very good capacity on those chairships. So that is where we want to go. And I will stop now here. I also want to make 2 more announcements that we are having, of course, I am going to COP28. Whoever is going to be present there at COP28, please take time to email me. We will make time to meet each other. I'm there for the entire time from 30 November to 13th of December. And I also want to now say about our GSFN conference, which we will be holding on 15th and 16th of December. which is Friday and Saturday. In that, we have this time a very unique program. We are inviting people who can demonstrate something, which means that we are inviting people to talk about their case study, and it should involve 3 perspectives at least. So it could be like research perspective, business perspective, and the end user perspective. But it could be any. For a teacher, it may be like they have developed a training program or an educational program, and so what research went into it, why it was important to deliver, who helped them deliver, so we can have someone who has audited or seen that program, and what are their perspective, and maybe the perspective of student. So we want all demonstration projects or case studies to be displayed through 3 perspectives. And that is important because now the time for discussion has evolved to implementation and then demonstration, that why we want to implement such programs at scale. And if we get that learning out, people will be able to scale it up. So that is where we want to go. Following that, on 18, 19, 20, we have partnered with Soil for Good conference in Pakistan, and that would be for Pakistan residents, it would be in person, but for all international, it will be virtual. And on 20th, the whole day is particularly allotted to GSFN, where we will invite all the international community to speak, and we will be discussing everything around agriculture and farming industry. Why agriculture and farming industry is important to focus now in coming years? That first of all, we need food security. Second, due to climate change, there are plenty of impacts on agriculture. Third, because we are also moving from the fossil fuel to biofuel, there is a lot of pressure on agriculture and farming industry. Other products also, like our commodities, are also moving to bio commodities, and therefore we have plenty of those requirements as well. So having all that, and food industry, farming and food, agriculture and farming industry can impact several other sectors, like water sector, energy sector, transport, it can health, and many other. And also we need a lot of technology and in that industry. I'm coming up, or I have proposed 4 concepts of carbon. We need to focus in these 4 concepts, which are carbon budgeting, that is reducing carbon emissions. Second is carbon balancing or mobilizing. That means few areas are emitting carbon, few areas are able to store carbon. So how we can mobilize that carbon from where they are able to be stored. And third is carbon literacy. You, me, and everyone needs to be literate in carbon. Carbon currency, in the sense of not in a currency, but the carbon, what is carbon, how we can utilize it as a commodity, as well as implement it to change our practices for better. So that type of carbon literacy we need, and that is for everyone, even if it is a senior manager or the decision maker or the end user or a simple citizen. Everyone will be pressured to understand what is carbon and how we live with it. And lastly, carbon sustainability. That is, we have to live within that 1.5 degrees carbon emission degree Celsius degree that we have committed through Paris Agreement. So how we continue, how we sustain our life, how we sustain our workplaces, industries, everything in that. So carbon sustainability. So I come up with these 4 concepts within one project, which is called Communities Carbon Project. And within that, we are focusing, as I said, in agriculture and farming industry. And we are trying to use carbon calculator as a tool to change all the practices. So carbon calculator is a measurement. It will give us a measuring tool, and it will give us a measurement that where you are. If we can't measure, we can't act on it. And this will be so easy made for the communities with the help of plenty of different partners. We have already gathered 20 large partners who are going to be involved in these projects. And we are going to establish this project in all countries, starting from, say, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Congo Basin, and so on. So we have plenty of people interested in it, and we are moving forward with that aspiration in this future, in time, in this 1 year or 2 year and 3 years time. So thank you very much. I will stop here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. Sorry, Ms. Sandhya. I think we should play the videos because this session is just for 1 hour. So may I please play the video and for congratulating all our speakers?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Renuka, once again for the wonderful presentation. And I'm sure that we were successful in throwing more light upon GSFN projects and our future plans and all the sustainable projects that we have been involved into. Before we end the session, I would like to throw more light upon COP28 in Dubai. That's going to be held. That's after this video. Thank you so much. So here we go. Share my screen. Yeah, this is the one I think. Yeah. Hope it works, huh? So congratulations for all speakers who have extended all the brilliant support. Hope it should play now. So thank you. Thank you, one and all. A big congratulations to each one of you for being a part of this program and for making this project a big success. And once again on this platform, it's my duty representing UAE. I would like to extend a warm welcome to one and all to join us for this COP28, where Dubai is the headquarters. Please join us. So as you all know, like this year, 2023, the 28th conference of the parties of the climatic change. That's COP28 will take place in Dubai from November 30th to December 23rd. This international conference will bring together the signatory countries of the United Nations Framework Convention on the Climatic Change, as well as the climatic actors. I mean the leaders. The Emirati presidency of COP28 has been stated. It wishes to focus on solidarity between the countries of the North and South and the energy transition. Owing to this ideation, the priorities of the presidency of COP28 is going to be creating a more inclusive and accessible conference, push for mitigation solutions to raise ambitions, focus on the conditions of the global goal on adaptation and progress on financement of adaptation, and advance and operations of the loss and damage fund created at COP27, and ensure a more equitable access to for all the climatic finance, as Dr. Renuka was mentioning at the beginning of the session. So we extend a warm welcome to one and all to join us for the session, and therefore it is our duty to make your voices being heard wherever it is possible, and it's going to be duly heard at these conferences. Thank you so much, and thanks. It's my duty to thank this wonderful team who has been extending a brilliant support right through, starting from Madam Sandhya Balaji, without whom I don't know what we would have done. And she has taken a show really on her shoulders, and she has sailed us through and through, across and across, holding us hand in hand, thread to thread. Thank you so much, Madam Sandhya Balaji. It was wonderful having you, and your contribution for this session has been immense, and it's priceless. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also our IGN partners. I think it's time for Madam Renuka to, Kavita to open her video, if it's possible. Madam Kavita.
Ma'am, I'm really sorry. There's a bandwidth problem. That's right, ma'am.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine. We
that's
understand that.
right.
It's fine. Thank you. So IGN has been a wonderful partner through and through, and they have been extending all kinds of supports. And they have been also for all the speakers who have joined from IGN, there have been brilliant suggestions and brilliant policies and brilliant strategies for maintaining up the climatic adaptation, which is required to maintain the 1.5 Celsius. Thank you. Our sincere thanks to all the IGN speakers who have taken part in the session and who have deliberated all those sessions so wonderfully, such that we have no word to call you. Exactly. And so we would like to work with you more and more for all the more and more sessions and forums, as such, maybe online or even on-site if it is possible. Like we can travel across and we can take part in your sessions. Thank you so much. And yes, and thank you for all those participations from GSFN with Madam Ranjana. Of course, Madam has been the coordinator through, and Jessica, Madam Jessica. And if I don't mention Jessica, I think God will not forgive me. Really, she has been a pillar of support, really, for the whole session. And really, we miss you, Madam Jessica, on this day. And we really remember for all your good services that you have extended to us. Thank you so much. It is always a wonderful working with you all. And before we end the session, it's my duty to welcome Dr. Ishrat Mazana to thank one and all, on behalf of IGN and also GSFN. Thank you so much. Over to Madam Ishrat.
Thank you, Srividya, for this opportunity. It's a pleasure to be a part of COP 2030 because as though it is spelled as COP Conference of Parties, but we are real cops who wanted to bring in the change, control whatever the impacts of climatic change is happening to our Mother Earth. So I thank each and everyone who have joined this series of meetings that are organized by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, where countries that are parties to the convention come together to discuss and negotiate international climate policies and agreements. For this one, we had three partners, that is the GSFN, that is Global Sustainable Futures, the founder member Dr. Renuka Thakre, who has been the lead role, and to bring everyone to one platform. There was an endless effort by Dr. Srividya Sukumarji, who is not only GSFN Research Global Chair, but also representing EduGate Global Lead Head, and also our IGEN President of Institute of Engineers and Professor at MGR Educational and Research Institute, Dr. L. Ramesh. And all this, though these are the leaders, we need somebody who will ride the complete show. And undoubtedly, the riders are the ones who have completely controlled the program. Thank you very much, Dr. Sandhya Shri Balaji and Miss Jessica, who have been all through the event, have contributed endlessly. And let me thank the complete team of GSFN, that is Program Director Dr. Renuka ji, then Ranjana ji, the Program Coordinator, Mr. Nadeem Shahin Sultana, the Program Coordinator, and the Youth Ambassador Mohammed Hassan, the IGEN team Dr. L. Ramesh and Dr. Senthil Kumar, who were the Program Directors, and Dr. E. Kavita, the Program Coordinator. The Youth Ambassador is Mr. Vyas Niranjan and Ms. Sri Soumya. But I'm very much thankful to Sri Vidya Sukumarji for bringing the best chief guest for this program, that is Dr. Kabir, who is the CEO from the Royal Office Abu Dhabi, and Dr. Muhammad Hamad, who has taken out his time to join us for this event. We are very thankful to them for this precious moments shared with us. As we all know that all through this 6 weeks, it doesn't seem like we have been through for 6 weeks. It looks like we have met just now and the program has come to a conclusion, because it was an exploration journey. It is a learning journey from each and every one. There are various aspects that have been started and discussed. Like on October 1st, we just launched, and it doesn't looks like we are in November 19th, because on 8th October, we discussed about climate adaptation. There were speakers around the globe who were joining to us. I don't want to take much time by naming each and every speaker, because it's also like a World Cup match is going on. But at the same time, our World Cup is to save the world. So that's the reason I want to keep it short and sweet. And on 15th October, we have discussed about finance climate action. And on 22nd October, our focus was on renewable energy, powering a safer future. Whereas on 29th October, it was for a livable climate, net zero. On 5th November, it was loss and damage, a moral imperative, wherein we have discussed various concepts. And 12th November, we discussed about biodiversity. So the aspects were not just focused on human beings, but we discussed about the living species, because in whole, we want to protect our earth and we want to balance the climate. So each one of us, the species, be it the living plants or the animals, everything contributes to it. And all these aspects have been covered wonderfully by all the speakers. I'm thankful to Renuka ma'am, the IGEN team, for bringing in wonderful speakers together and letting us know much more. What are the prospective projects? We look forward to do much more work so that we can save our Mother Earth and provide a greener planet to our future generations. Thank you all for your patience bearing me. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you. Over to you, Sandhya ji.
Thank you. Over to Madam Sandhya Balaji. Over to Madam Sandhya Balaji.
I lost the last bit of connection, but I guess each one of us.
I can understand. And even last week, like when it was Diwali time, Madam Sandhya had too many things going on, and she was always
Now
there
we
to
have
be.
planned everything, and now it's time for us to run to action, prove our mettle. And this COP28 or COP 2030 probably in the future should be only a celebration that, yes, our plans are all fulfilled and we have transformed, we have become sustainable, and probably plans of deliberation only should be to maintain the sustainability without future challenges. May God bless each one of us and our Mother Earth for a clean, green, and beautiful life ahead. Thank you.
Madam Sandhya. So before we end the session, before we open it to the floor, I've got one small announcement with the permission of Dr. Renuka. Next COP20 session will be open to the youth. As we know, that youth empowerment, that's what we need to work for. So the whole COP20 session, these speakers who have joined us in this session will become the panel members who will be selecting the speakers and who will be doing it, but we'll be taking it forward to the younger generation, to the youth community, opening it to all school children and also the university children across the globe. So there will be another team leader along with us who will be taking it forward. And so I'm sure IGN is going to be partnering with us. I'm taking it for granted that definitely GSFN is going to contribute towards it. And also Madam Sandhya Balaji will have her team who will be contributing towards it. And so we are so happy to announce it. And very soon we'll come up with the youth empowerment schemes for COP 2030 to take it forward across the globe. Thank you so much. Yes, now we open it to the floor, and we would like to hear from you, basically. How did you find our session, and what are the suggestions that you would like to come? I think we should hear it from Madam Ranjana also. Madam Ranjana has been waiting for so long. Yes, Madam Ranjana. Sorry about it. Sorry.
There's nothing as much like I just want to share. I'm really happy that I was a part of such a big event. So really, this all 1.5 months was a great learning experience for me. So I really want to thank Dr. Renuka Thopre ma'am and to IGN team for choosing me to be a part of such a wonderful initiative. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Kavita, before we open to the floor, we would like to hear you, if you can, just without opening a video.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Very good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Renuka, ma'am, for such a wonderful initiative, and also Dr. Srividya, ma'am, and Jessica, ma'am, and Sandhya Shri, ma'am, and also Dr. Ramesh, sir, IGN partner, for taking such a wonderful initiatives. And also, you have gone through a lot of struggles. We are doing in a very better way. And really thankful to you all for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Really, all the sessions were very highly inspirative and informative, because the speakers of this session for the last nearly 6 weeks, we got very good speakers. And I hope the session will be helpful to all the public, and definitely it will create awareness to all of them. And definitely we will take steps to save our Mother Earth. Thank you once again. Thank you for the opportunity.
So with Madam Sandhya Balaji's permission, Dr. Renuka's permission, and with everyone's permission, I open it to the floor for you to contribute now. Thank you so much. Yes, Dr. Jose, it's lovely to have you here. I think we'll start with you if you allow me to do so. Professor Dr. Jose Estes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your invitation. I am really enjoying the opportunity to be here in this, how I used to say, gathering of minds, of bright minds, especially in this moment that we are facing here in Brazil. As you probably know or have noticed from the news, we are suffering from a warming dome in most of our regions. The heat was reached something around 10 to 12 degrees up the regular level for the month of November. It means that we have incredible situations of temperature around 60 Celsius degree, 60 Celsius degree of sensation, of warm sensation in the city of Rio de Janeiro. And where I'm standing here right now in the city of Belo Horizonte, we usually have this sensation around 40 to 42 degrees Celsius during this past week. So we are now dealing with a huge problem of this heating dome that is hitting Brazil and all the regions. We are experiencing the dry of the rivers in the Amazon region that is compromising all the other ecosystems and biomes that we have in Brazil. And we are experiencing the hard rainfall in the south part of Brazil because as we have this extreme heat, around 10 to 15 degrees up the normal temperature here for this period of time. We are experiencing this dry in Amazon and these terrible, rain falls in the south part of Brazil. If you turn on your TV network, probably will see, and you will be able to understand on a perspective of what the news are stating. We had a show, unfortunately here, a global show from a singer, a world-known singer, that people died because of the heat of almost 60 Celsius degree in the city of Rio de Janeiro. So this is of extreme importance. We are not any longer, and probably we will, pass the point of no return if we do insist in not connecting our efforts and our actions here in our mother art to give a step back toward this sustainable future that we are always trying to search here. And so I would like to share this with you. I am a researcher. I'm a part of this global network. I was honored with the invitation from Dr. Renuka Thakur. I was honored with a recent invitation from Dr. Sivrija Sukumar for a series of events that we have been able to address the themes, very important themes related to this, especially those that are related to the greener of finance and the transformation of everything that is related to entrepreneurial movements and innovation towards this sustainable future agenda. And I'm here really inspired to go further and to showcase we are reaching now about 38 to 39 degrees here. It's still in the morning, about around 10 and half past 10 a.m. And we have been served by the information that this heat will go along the next 2 or 3 months still. So we have to be prepared for something that we have never faced before, even if we are well known in Brazil as a warm and heat country. I would like to wish you warm greetings from a different perspective, from the heart, not from the sun. But I'm taking the opportunity to have this announcement because we will have to continue working as a joint effort of minds, of researchers and professors in order to and try to educate a little bit better. We have to make better to the young generations. And this is a responsibility that I co-share with Dr. Renuka Thakur from the moment that I have got this invitation, and I have been gifted with the possibility to represent the SDG 4 of quality education, because we will reach different mindset worldwide by education. And so please count on me. I'm very glad and happy to share with you the possibility of a change-making education around the globe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jose. And I would like to tell everyone that Jose has been again with us from last 3 years and have been contributing to our GSFN activities immensely. Like each and every activity he has played a part to it. And I'm very thankful to him for being here also today, present with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. And when I say I extend a warm welcome, and Dubai is no more a warm place. And so we had some showers 2 days before, and there were floods also. So it's not going to be that warm, but still I extend a warm welcome to come to Dubai. Thank you. Owing to time constraint, we can allow just one of the speaker to take turn, and then we should wind up. If anybody would like to contribute, and otherwise it's captain of the ship, Madam Sandhya Balaji, will wait at you. Over to you, Madam Sandhya.
Yeah, again and again, we all have been telling that one thing. We have only one place to stay. That is our own place, our own den. Let us work, and not just deliberating, but also implementing what we deliberated, and keep it sweet, safe, clean, and green. So, adieu until we meet again.
Thank you very much, everyone, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Thank you, Spirit. See you soon. Yes, definitely. So thank you once again. It is always a pleasure meeting you all again. I'm sure I'm going to miss you all next Sunday. Until we meet again, it's adieu from us. Thank you.
Yeah.